Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I want to thank everybody for watching and all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Today we got called out here to check out this Demag hoist. Being kind of a bit of a troublemaker, doesn't want to do what he's told. They press the pendant, try to lift. He goes, he stops, he does this, he does that. Lower the push the lower button. He goes, he stops, does this, does that. So he's not acting right. So we're gonna go ahead and open him up, check out what's going on with them. So I basically got some tools from some different food groups. I got the meter, fluke meter, just to troubleshoot and test any electrical, verify that we have everything that we need to have there. I got a 5mm little socket, hex key. I got a mini screwdriver, voltage tester, 11-in-1, and I brought the Stanleys. Of course, we got the old Team Milwaukee flashlight, and we're gonna get up there and get this hatch opened up and see what we can see. So let's head up there. Okay, so we're up here, and on first inspection, everything looks good. A little dusty on top, but that ain't nothing. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna go ahead and unplug this power source and verify that we have everything that we need to have right here on the incoming voltage. So this is a twist lock plug. I twisted it, and now I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. Is this? Oh boys, this is a suicide cord. What the hell is going on here? You got prongs sticking out on the input voltage side. You gotta be kidding me. Let me see this. Sure as shit. That is not good. Well, that, above all else, that is the first problem I see here. So we're gonna go ahead and get that all changed out and make that right, because that is unhealthy for business. So I'm gonna go ahead and power this thing down, and first order of business is we're gonna swap this twist lock connector. All right boys, here we are. Disconnect crane 2, P1, 14, 16, and 18. I'm assuming 480 volts, looks like 3-phase. Go ahead and kill that power, boys. So we're back up here at the suicide connector, and I want to go ahead and verify that we have no juice up in this bad boy. Okay, so let me get this boy twisted and out. That is an absolute suicide connector. You got the business end of this boy on the wrong side. Yep, he's dead. So that is good, and that is not. Let me get this bad boy off. I knew I brought my screwdrivers for a reason. Let me go ahead and pop this guy off. Let me get this unscrewed, and as soon as I get these guys swapped, we'll go ahead and get back to this hoist and get this thing all taken care of. All right boys, so I got the first one opened up, and I'm looking at these terminals. It's kind of what I'm interested in, and we are looking like we have right out the gate, we have a loose ground terminal of all things, no ground, and we have a loose hot terminal, right? And we have another loose hot terminal, unbelievable, and we have a semi-loose hot terminal. I'm putting no pressure on the screwdriver, and these boys are giving it up. That is not good. So let me get this let me get at least this ground, or what they're using as a ground terminal, identified. Let me see, what is this? 4 conductor? What is this? This is a festoon cable, and I want to see if it's 4 conductor, 5 wire, 4 conductor. So it is gonna have probably not a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's gonna have 4 wires, which is perfectly fine. Doesn't make me feel some type of way at all. But I do want to identify one as a ground, and I want to not plug that into the wrong spot. So this is a absolute travesty. We will get this all dealt with and buttoned up. But you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I don't believe there's an issue with the actual hoist. I think our problem is a connection issue, and we're not making a good connection because absolutely every one of these terminals had a screw loose, and not in a good way. Every one of these terminals was loose. So let's see that side, because the same guy who did this side probably did that side. So let's find out. Let me get this guy opened up for you, and we will see. So this one, I'm gonna have to loosen up the clamping end for that SO cord. This isn't making too much sense to me, because you know what? The festoon cable should be able to go into the hoist, because, and I'll show you guys why, if I know a thing or two about these Demags, is that the inside locking connector is for Festoon. So I'm interested to see how probably the same guy who did that connector probably buttoned in this connector. So I'm interested to see that. So let me get this thing off first, and then we'll take it one mistake at a time. We can handle one mistake at a time, because that's crazy, man. And I know any of you who are out there watching, and you guys could take one look at that, and pretty shocking. Okay, so we got this bad boy opened up. So let's go ahead and check the conditions of the connections and see if these are absolutely loose or tight. And so that first one seems okay. The ground is pretty loose. Let's see. Black wire, that is loose, and that bad boy semi-tight. Good enough, not good enough, but it's not gonna come disconnected like this other connector was pretty much pitiful, horrible. So at least this one is identified as a ground, and it has the green, which is fine. Even if it doesn't have the green, as long as you identify it, that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy off of here, and we'll get these two swapped. So let me go ahead and see. He was really loose, and he was really loose. Not loose enough to come off, but I'm not comfortable with that. And this one was okay. And this one was, we got the head off. We got that unbuttoned. Let's go ahead and get this set off to the side. And now that I got my hands all dirty, we will get these connectors swapped out. But I am definitely tempted to wire this thing in. I'm tempted to put the Festoon cable directly into the I'm tempted to put the Festoon cable directly into the electrical housing, because even having this whip is okay. I don't think we need that connection. So I'll tell you what I want to do. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to flip this hoist around and have my electrical connection facing where you would come in to troubleshoot. Or yeah, maybe we just leave that alone, and I'll push this guy on over, and then we'll just get this bad boy opened up from here. So let me grab my 5mm, and hopefully these screws and that screw are the same. And yes, they are. Because usually they'll try to pull that little the little switcheroo on you, and then you have to go back down, get another tool, and then come get the housing open again. And that is a pain. That's why I try to bring everything up ahead of time if possible, and just be done with it, boys. Be done with it. Get on out of here, move on to the next party. There's a lot of parties to go to in one day. All right, so that we got that. Let's open this bad boy up, and I'll show you what she looks like inside. Yeah, I don't know. They put this big OSO cord up in here. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get that disconnected. So let me unscrew that, because that big SO cord whip up in there, I don't like it. Let me go ahead and get this opened up, and we'll bring that Festoon cabling back in. Easy peasy. Let's go. Okay, so we got our other screw out. We got our connector released. I'm gonna try to get this whip pulled out, and we'll get our power connector out of there. Let's get this all taken apart. Okay, you know what? Yeah, so we will undo those guys. Take that front housing off. Now let's check the condition of these screws. Let me get my little Klein Mini. Well, at least make sure these are tight. That guy's tight. And him. And finally, there he is. He's tight. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and rip this guy out, and we'll get rid of the middleman here, and we'll go straight to the bank. Straight to the bank on this one, boys, because that was crazy. I don't know what was going through their mind when they did that. Probably nothing. Probably nothing was going through their mind. They weren't even thinking about it, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, they weren't even thinking about it. Man, that was crazy. Straight suicide cord right there, boys. That's one for the books. I'll tell you what, go write a book on some of the stuff we see. Some of the stuff we see is just insane. It's crazy. So we're gonna remember that our orange wire is the ground. So let me go ahead and run off into the wild and get some green tape, and I will be back, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make things right. But let's get to it. All right, fellas, we're back, and we got the goods. We got the green electrical tape. Money green, boys, money green. So we're gonna get this disaster off of here, and get this ran directly into the hoist. And the reason I'm doing that is because these hoists, they don't come off for any reason. It's not like you're taking this thing off and putting it back on, and so you don't really need a twist lock, because the twist lock for convenience is for something that you're moving around a lot and then you're disconnecting. And these things, they never get disconnected. They stay up here. If they have a problem, problem, we open the electrical cabinet, we grease the hook or whatever it takes, or change the pendant. It's not likely that your gut or your internals on your hoist is really gonna go bad, and especially for the use on this thing, it's very low use. It gets used, you know, once, so it doesn't need the twist lock. We go ahead and get rid of that. Maybe it was somebody's bright idea at some other time, but we just don't need it at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and ditch that, and just going off of this guy's judgment, the way he did this plug and the terminals being loose and just everything about it, I'm not going to take this guy's judgment for anything good. So we'll go ahead and get this ground lug labeled as a ground lug, and then the other three, not really worried about it. They're just the hot conductors, the phases. So I bet you anything, without tightening it, I could pull this thing off just so you guys can see. Well, 2 came out. Luckily for him, it's hung on with the 1. That's pretty bad, boys. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take your time and know what you're doing before you do it, or at least have an idea what you're getting into. And there you go. So we will take off this plug, get rid of it, sell it on eBay. I don't know. Something's gonna happen to it. But for the moment, what we're gonna do is we're gonna label this guy as a ground equipment grounding wire. Here we go. Come on, Mr. Tape. All right, nothing fancy, but I didn't promise anything fancy. So here we go. So that's it. He looking green to me, boys. Oh, what does it look like to you? I got a green, I got a black, I got a blue, and a red. Good enough for the girls I go out with. All right, let's get this guy plugged back in, and we'll see where we end up. So I'm gonna get this bad boy whipped around here, and we will get him twisted and ready for business. And I am probably going to need a set of cutters. Why didn't I think to bring that? Because these guys are left a little bit long. Okay, let me go get some cutters, and then we'll get it plugged into the terminal block, and then we'll get them all plugged back in, check direction, and then we'll actually start troubleshooting. So we'll see. All right, boys, we're back, and I brought a stripper, so let's watch her work. Let's get this guy trimmed down just a hair. We'll get this guy trimmed down just a hair. We'll get this guy trimmed down just a hair. And we'll get this guy trimmed down just a hair. And let's see what we're looking like now. He's still looking a little bit long. Okay, now everybody's looking good. All right, I think we're ready. Party. So let's go ahead and get this. We'll go ahead and get this grommet wrapped on there just for some leak protection. Get some of this tape off. This boy went crazy with the tape. And of all things, at least use the right kind of tape. So let's give it a second shot. Round 2. Trying to get this grommet on, okay? So we got him wrapped. Okay, now he's good. Now he's going. Now he's looking good. Now we'll get our... So how does he go? Does he go this way? Does he go that way? I think he goes in here, boys. Oh, maybe, yeah, like so. Yep, that's him. So he pops in like that. Maybe not. Maybe he pops in like... Oh, yeah. He's got to look at this. Oh, maybe he pops in like... Yeah, he's got to go this way. This way? No, definitely not that way. He's definitely going to go in this way. Nope. Yeah, so I guess he does go this way. Oh yeah, okay, so he does go this way, but you just got to force... He does go this way, but you just got to force him in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our... We're going to get our ground all wired in. So we'll start with our ground. Get him all tensioned up. Let me get the other screwdriver. A little bit bigger. A little bit more meat. All right, got it. There it is. We got the protein. Okay, so we got... Let's get the red wire there. All right, get that red wire in. And we got him. Get him all tightened in. He's well inside that socket. All right, give it a little torque. Got him. Okay, now let's get our black wire in. And in the end, we're gonna end up checking for a rotation anyways, so we will see then. So let's get our black wire in. Okay. Little tug test. And now let's get our last wire in, which is our baby blue. So let's get this bad boy tucked in. And I'm betting you that our issues stemmed from all the loose connections on that plug. So we'll go ahead and give him a test before we, okay, get him twisted, and tight. Everybody's tight, everybody's happy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and have our way with this connector and make sure that there he is. Now let's put our grommet on there, just in case we get a couple spills up here for whatever reason. We got some rain, starts to rain in this little building, whatever may go wrong. Okay, there we go. What is going on here? There we go. Got it, boys. We got it, boys. So now we'll get him plugged in. All right. Oh, there he is, son. There he is. All right. Now we'll get this guy plugged back in. But first, we're going to get our pendant cable, send him home where he belongs, inside of this empty hole. That's where he lives. He lives in this hole, and he needs to go back home. So let him get back up in that hole. All right. All right. I know it's not the best tuck job, so there it is. We'll get him back into that. Okay, he's looking good. We'll get this guy in here, and if we have any rotation issues, I'm just going to change them down at the disconnect panel, and we will do that. So let me leave a little bit of slack for this guy in here. There we go. And then we'll just tuck the rest right there. Let's see what we got here. That's just all this freaking tape this guy used, man. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. Anyways, all right, here we go. Got that. So let's get this connect. Now that feels better. Now that feels good. And then we'll get our Phillips head, our little Phillips screws put where they need to go. Okay, we'll get him started, and then we'll get him started, and then we'll grab his twin brother, put his twin brother in there, and get him started. All right, boys, get this all screwed in, flip this power on, and then see where we end up. All right, boys, he's all fastened in there, looking good. So now let's go flip this power back on, see if we have any fireworks. Now that orange wire who wanted to identify as a ground, I'm not judging. If you want to identify what you identify as, hey, you do you, but not for me. So he identified as a ground, so we gave him his dress and covered him in green. And let's go flip this power on and see what we're working with. All right, blammo. Power is on. So let's go ahead and check these push buttons, and we will see if we got some action. And boys, he is feeling a lot better. He is feeling a lot better. You know, I really believe that all these problems stem from that connector. So I'll tell you what, boys. So when they use this hoist, they drop it down on the bottom of this deep well, this deep pit, and they pull carcasses out. They pull carcasses out of there and dead bodies of stuff that they blow up. This is basically, it's like a blast chamber, and they use it for testing, whatever, for their part of their process or whatever they do, and they blow stuff up in here, boys. It's kind of a cool job. So they'll pump it up to about 30,000 psi, whatever it is, and just make it go boom. Meanwhile, this hoist goes down, picks up all the dead bodies, and then, you know, they send them and get the proper barrel for them and whatever else they do. So we're going to go ahead and run this bad boy out. We're going to run this chain out, and then we're going to go ahead and put some lubie on there. Get this thing all gooped up and ready to, looking good. Yep, so there, he hit his limit, hit that limit switch. So let's go ahead and let me go grab some gloves, and I'm gonna lube up that chain. And this is absolutely beside the point. I'm just looking at this chain, and it's looking a little on the dry side, baby. So here we are. This is a specific lube for the Demag hoist, for the hoist chain. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this cap off, and she likes it when you start at the top and work your way down. So we will do that. Let me get some lubie, and then we will just go ahead and just caress it on there. Easy money, boys, easy money. Good money, easy money. So I'm gonna go ahead and hoist it up a little bit, and then we'll start to lube up another little section of it, and then we'll see where we end up. All right, gentlemen, that was the last section of chain to lube up. I'm not gonna lube up that part because that part never really goes inside of the chain catch here, and it's gonna get them all dirty, and they don't like that. They don't like when the chain's all lubed up and nasty. So let's go ahead and head down. And I'm gonna let them try it, and if they have any issues with this, we'll go ahead and open that bad boy up. But you know what? To be honest with you, this thing is feeling good. I think we identified the problem on accident. Wasn't at all what we were looking for, but I am so glad we found it, because that was a disaster waiting to happen, and somebody was gonna feel the full force of that 480 volt circuit. All up in them, boys, all up in them. Oh man, shut that heart down, boys, shut the heart down. You die of a broken heart. So let's get this thing tested and signed off, and we will call it a day, fellas. Let's move forward. All right, so do you want to test it and verify that he's working a little bit better? What's it feeling like?
You lube it up too?
I lubed it up too. What you thinking, man? What you thinking?
Good.
Feeling better? You want to go ahead and put some load on that?
I don't have any nothing that's heavy.
Okay, but so you're saying it was stopping and starting, right?
Yeah, it won't go up or won't go down.
Won't go up, won't go down. Okay, so he's going up, going down now. Yeah, so that plug that they so I went direct.
Oh, you went direct?
I went direct because it doesn't. You don't take the hoist on and off,
No.
so you don't need a quick disconnect plug.
The other guy was lazy because that hoist it had the plug. That's why he did it that way.
Ah, I see.
He was lazy to put it directly connected direct.
Right. So these Demag hoists are actually made inside for that festoon cable. You know what I mean? So I went direct, fastened it in. He had 4 bad connections on top of the way he wired in that plug. So whatever. You're looking good now. If you have any issues, just give us a call and we will come down and check it out for you. All right?
Sounds good. Thank you, Eric.
All right, cool, man. All right, fellas. So I just had a word with the people who called us out here, and everything is looking good. They say there was a night and day difference from when they were using it before to now. So hopefully we nailed this bad boy and we got everything functional and working again. Glad we found what we found because that was pretty bad. Demag hoist. This is a 2,200 pound. So it looks like it's 1 ton. I believe that's 1 ton. Yeah, 1 ton, 480 volt. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this last cover plate on. Get this bad boy. Oh man, I just happened to drop the screw. Like I said, boys, you always gotta drop one. So I'm gonna work on getting this last cover plate on. You guys don't need to see that. And get this thing all buttoned up, and we're gonna call it a day. So I really appreciate everybody for watching. And I want to thank all the subscribers for subscribing and sticking around. Go ahead and smash that like button for the algorithm. And I want to thank everybody for watching. And I appreciate it, boys. I'll see you on the next one.